we're living in denial.
Let me tell you, if you are not a conspiracy theorist by now, it's because
you are not intelligent.
It
is a stable of so-called conspiracy theories that the highest levels of politics and finance, there is a shadowy cabal of pedophiles who use their power to hide the crimes they commit against children.
Because pedophiles are the easiest people to blackmail.
It's a whole different country from what we thought it was.
It's all fake.
You need to unlearn everything you have learned about JFK's assassination. You need to unlearn everything that you have learned about MLK's assassination. You need to unlearn everything that you were taught about 9/11, everything that you think you know about the Vietnam War, World War II. Truth is that the government is evil, and that the government is worse than evil. I want to be clear. The government is satanic. These Satanists conspired to remove God out of your lives. You believe you're an atheist. There's no such thing as an atheist.
You just are not aware of what it is that you are worshiping.
So people don't want to deal with that. They don't want to deal with the reality of how evil our institutions are. But guess what? The time for fear is over. You have to face this reality because it's the only way that we're going to be able to move forward. You have to confront evil.
There is a whole world that we can't see that acts on people, the supernatural world. It's acting on us all the time for good and bad. In fact, every society in all recorded history has thought that until, I'll be specific, August 1945, when we dropped the atom bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And all of a sudden, the West is just officially secular. We're God. There is no God but us. And that's the world that we have grown up in. But that's an anomaly. Like, no one else has ever thought that. There's never been a society that thought that. Every other society has assumed, and they've had all kinds of different explanations, and the details differ. But the core idea does not differ, never has differed from caves until now, that we're being acted on by spiritual forces at all times.
That is a reality. The people who understood this all the way leading up to World War II, since the dawn of humanity, they understood this. They knew God was real, they knew the devil was real. And then something happened after World War II. Yeah, I'll tell you what happened. Psychological tactics happened. Well, don't be a conspiracy theorist, guys. No, actually, be a conspiracy theorist, because the conspiracy theorists are telling you the truth. What they are trying to tell you is that common sense is a conspiracy now. Things are growing more sinister because they're losing control. More people are starting to wake up. More people are starting to realize that all the things that they believed to be conspiracy theories in the past are in fact true. We are fighting real evil in this country. We're fighting real evil all over the world. And so the media is doing everything desperate to maintain control and to maintain order. And in their desperation, they are growing increasingly more violent, increasingly more sinister, increasingly more psychopathic. You guys, you need to wake up. You want people to turn away from me. Don't listen to Candace Owens. She's a conspiracy theorist. She's dumb. She believes in flat earth. They're calling me stupid all the time. She's a Holocaust denier. What is it that I'm actually doing? I'm reporting on real history outside of a textbook. You're looking around and realizing that actual people who worshipped Satan, they believed that they were the beasts in Revelation. In the Bible, the whore of Babylon, they sought to establish that, to establish America as the whore of Babylon. What did they establish? It said NASA, the Apollo program. We couldn't believe it. I mean, we sat here in this control. We were going, this can't be real. What do you mean this is the origins of NASA? These people worship Satan. So if you don't believe in God, let me tell you guys something. The people you're fighting sure do. They sure do. And they pick their side. They are fully committed Satanists that we are fighting. This is not hyperbole. You just have to have the courage to look into real history. They began investing in understanding that they could create mass psychoses. They could quite literally lead people not to believe their own eyes. Wake up. If you are still asleep at the wheel, wake up. It is hard. I get it. I had to go through it. I get it. When you realize that everything you were told was a lie, when you realize that you were just a severely propagandized individual from the moment that you stepped into the public school system, it is a hard reckoning to go through. You suffer through periods of cognitive dissonance. You're not crazy. This is the reality. We are fighting real evil. Do you guys understand what's going on right now? Do you understand what is happening in this country? Spiritual forces, as in when you are listening to music, they understand it is impacting your soul. So if you don't believe you have a soul, it's problematic. Your eyes and your ears are the windows to your soul. They understand that.
I thought, oh, everything's peaceful now. Like, I'm with God. Like, I'm chill. I was going bold. Media's hating, whatever. And then, October 2021, I get offered a multi-million-dollar deal from a label, and they said, we're going to make you the male Adele. You can't say God, you can't say Jesus, you can't talk about Trump, you can't post. We're going to take over your social media. We're going to write 2 albums for you. It's going to be a 3-year contract. And I was going to do it. And I was like, okay, this is from God. Oh my God, I'm good now. Like, God's blessing me. Yay. Like, you know, and I'm sitting with my friend and he said, if you sign that, you're selling your soul. And I said, why? I'm not doing rituals anymore. And he was like a heavy Christian, and I was just learning about like Jesus, so I didn't know much about, you know, anything yet. But he said, what profits a man to gain the world and lose his soul? You're willing to take that money and not talk about anything you experienced and just basically shut up? This is a silencing contract. This isn't a record deal.
The censorship contract.
Yeah.
Go